Leon Carte had seen all kinds of fish in the prime world, but a fish with legs doing the breaststroke was a first. Whatever radiation was in this water, it was pure poison. If Leon drank a single drop, he would be lucky to survive. He backed away from the river. He was terrified. He would rather die of thirst than touch that toxic waste. He pulled out his map to find his way back to town. But there was a problem. The river was not on the map. It did not exist. It was like he had walked into a phantom landscape. Leon tried to double back. After hours of walking, he ended up exactly where he started. He was trapped in Divine River ruins. Getting lost meant death, either by scavengers or man-eating mutants. He had to move. He followed the river, hiding from mutant packs, baiting lone beasts with radiation crystals. The strategy worked. Every time a mutant gorged itself on his crystals and exploded, Leon scavenged the remains. He collected 3 grade 3 gene stones and 1 grade 4 stone. They were worth tens of millions of divine power, but it still was not enough to buy a point of divinity. As night fell, the predators came out. Leon needed cover. He looked across the river. He saw a jagged silhouette under the moonlight, an ancient building. This was a relic of the Divine River civilization. He activated his profession power, transformed into his black dragon form. He flew across. He landed in a silent courtyard. It looked abandoned, but Leon kept his guard up. He slipped into a room filled with scattered papers and cryptic data. Just as he started to think he was safe, footsteps echoed outside. Leon dove into a cabinet, watching through a crack. 6 figures in black robes landed in the courtyard. They were here for a ritual. Their leader spoke of a god king. He had spent 100 billion divine power to create this opening. They could not fail. They had set up warning signs, confusion spells, and fake maps to keep other players away. Leon realized he had been played from the start. The leader placed a circle of priceless gene stones on the ground. At midnight, the courtyard erupted. A pillar of emerald light shot into the sky. A massive array covered the entire ruins territory. The seal of the Divine River civilization was breaking. The project they were unsealing had been deemed too dangerous, even for a peak civilization. The God King had spent a fortune to crack the code, knowing only those with less than 10 points of divinity could enter. A cold mechanical voice boomed in everyone's mind. Project .tim. The mutation core. Unsealing. The black-robed men cheered. But then alarms screamed. Warning. Jet. Unauthorized users detected. Unsealing suspended. Anti-theft mode active. Releasing level 6 mutant. Gomorrah. The mutation core is forcibly breaking free. A mental shockwave tore through the area. The black-robed men collapsed, bleeding from their ears. Then, a playful voice spoke directly into their brains. The mutation core was awake. It thanked the players for weakening the seal. It offered them a gift, the chance to become its host. But there could only be one. The scenery shifted instantly. They were pulled into the null expanse. Before them stood a green slime-like entity, with a distorted human-like smile. It announced a game. They had to breed a mutant capable of killing Gomorrah. The level 6 monster. Each person was given 10,000 units of high-purity ore. They had to use their own tribes as lab rats. One black-robed man roared in protest, threatening to summon his sanctum army. The mutation core laughed. It had severed their connection to their sanctums. The man was declared the first forfeit. A dinosaur-like beast. Gomorrah. It appeared out of thin air and bit the man head off. A semi-god was eaten like a snack. Leon spoke up, admitting he could not summon his tribes because he was only a divine being. The mutation core snapped its fingers. A one-way portal opened next to Leon. He could bring his tribes in, but he could not leave. The ritual began. The 5 remaining black-robed men forced their tribes to gorge on ore. It was a disaster. 40% died instantly. 30% were paralyzed. Only a fraction grew stronger. But none were a match for Gomorrah. Leon had a different plan. He used his decomposer to refine his ore into 6,000 pure radiation crystals. He summoned 100 million locusts. He did not care about the radiation spreading. This void was separate from his sanctum. He fed 2,000 crystals to the swarm. In an hour, the results were in. 42 million dead, 30 million dying, 18 million regressed. Only 3 million had beneficial mutations. He pushed them further. 3 hours later, he had 1,000 locusts at hero-level strength. Among them, Leon found a miracle. A locust with infinite regeneration. As long as it had energy, it could regrow its head. Leon focused everything on this one specimen. He fed it tiny shards of radiation crystals. The radiation shredded its cells, but the regeneration fought back, growing stronger with every trauma. For 3 months in this time-dilated realm, Leon tortured the locust into greatness. It grew to 2 meters long. It swallowed crystals whole. Leon balanced the radiation perfectly. Against its healing factor, the 5 black-robed men were desperate. They produced a 4-armed 10-meter-tall ape mutant. It was powerful, but Gomorrah ate it in 3 minutes. The mutation core showed no mercy. Gomorrah devoured the 5 men next. Then, it turned to Leon. Behind Leon stood a nightmare. A 20-meter-long, 8-meter-high, locust titan. It was a level 6 mutant, the same rank as Gomorrah. Leon had shoved every gene stone he found into its body. It was a walking anomaly of mutation. It was stronger than any hero life form, but the power came at a price. The locust lifespan was now measured in hours. It was a living bomb. Leon pointed at Gomorrah and gave the order. The locust had to achieve its greatest value. Before it died,